Good morning, welcome to Furry and Spoilt. This is easy homemade dog food part 2. So in part 1 I told you what foods I feed to my dogs. In this part I'm going to tell you how much I feed to my dogs, and in part 3 I will show you the supplements that I add. So what I do first of all is, after it's cooked, is I have 2 trays in the fridge. So one tray is full of meat or fish and another tray is full of vegetables or fruit. Let me tell you the amounts that I give my dogs. So for a 10 kilogram dog, I give 210 grams of meat or fish a day. And I give 90 grams of fruit or vegetables a day. So for a 10 kilogram dog, I give 210 grams of meat or fish a day and 90 grams of fruit and vegetables a day. So I've got my weighing scales, I weigh it out, and then I put it into a little dish. So I do this every night before I go to bed, so I know in the morning that what my boys have got to eat is all weighed out. So this would be for one dog. And I feed my dogs 3 times a day, but I will cook twice a day is really good as well. I don't ever feed my dogs once a day. I just don't think it works for them. I just don't find it's the best for them. I find that they do best with their food being spread out through the day. So I do 3 times a day, but twice a day would be just as good. And then it's all weighed out. I don't have to think about it during that day. It's all just weighed out. When I'm feeding them in the individual meals, I don't weigh it out or anything. I just eyeball it, because I know that during the day they've got the exact right amount of what they needed. I do mix it all up because my darling Humps over there, he'll pick the vegetables out. My other dogs will happily eat the fruit and vegetables, but he will pick them out and put them all over the floor. So I just mix it all in. The vegetables, if they come out too big, like they've come out a bit big there, I'll just cut them up a bit, make them a bit smaller. I don't have any big chunks in the chicken because dogs don't do very well with big chunks of food. Their stomach doesn't do very well. They tend to sick it back up. So I cut that down as small as I can. What I do with the chicken is I just cook it for about 20 minutes. And so it's cut it into small bits so it cooks really well. And then it's nice and soft. You can almost mash that up with a spoon. And then that's nice and easy for the digestive system. And like I said, the fruit and the vegetables, they come out a bit chunkier. So I just, if I have to, I'll just cut them up. But with the fruit and the vegetables, like I explained in the last video, because I cook them for so long, they go quite mushy, and that's really good for the dogs to digest. And like I said in the last video, when you're cooking them, don't put too much water in, because you don't want to have to pour any water out, because the nutrients will go into that water, and so you don't want to just be throwing that away. But that is it, and then it's all sorted out. I use these foil trays, I wash them and reuse them again. And so it's nice and simple, nice and easy. I know where I'm at. And once you get into a rhythm with it, you really do. And I have. And I've really got into a rhythm with it now. So you could bulk cook and cook it all in one go. I don't do that. I do a bit every few days. And I've just got into a really good rhythm with it. But you have to just find your rhythm. But I do completely understand that this early on, it can seem very daunting. And it's really not. It's really very, very simple once you get into it. And it's so lovely because there's so much controversy going on at the moment with dog foods, because you've got Mars and Nestle buying them all out. And there's just so much going on and so many people saying stuff, and you don't know what's true and what's not true. So I just decided I'd had enough. And I was just going to 100% cook all of their meals and treats so that I knew what was going into them, and they are loving it. They love it. They really do. They're always really, really excited about all their meals, and I love it. I love knowing that they've got a variety, and there is such a variety, and I'm really, really enjoying cooking different meals, and I'm really enjoying just knowing that goodness is going into them with every meal. It's just filling them up with nutrients. It's helping their immune system. It's helping their body fight anything that's in that shouldn't be in there, and they're all really healthy. And they're happy, and you see my dogs on my videos. You see them; they're happy. They're calm. Aren't you, Albert? Are you calm? Are you happy and calm? Are you happy and calm? You're wagging your tail. Do you like your home cooked food? Do you? I think you do, don't you? You do. I mean, he is the one. I'm mostly known for talking about hot spots and itchy skin. He is the one that nearly died because his hotspots were so bad. And look at him. Gorgeous boy. There's no hotspots and no itchiness, and there hasn't been for the last 10 years. He's going to be 11 week after next. Aren't you, my darling? I really, really highly recommend it, but I completely understand why you could be daunted by it and think that it's all just too complicated and be a bit scary. In the next video, I'm going to talk to you about the supplements, because I've really researched over the years what different supplements dogs need. And I've experimented a bit with my boys, tried some, pulled some back, and I've really got to a balance where they're all really, really good. And, you know, considering that Albert is predisposed to hotspots, we've got Humps here, came to us last year, could hardly walk. He was so crippled with arthritis. And so they've all got their individual problems, and yet on homemade cooking, they are doing so well. So in the next video, I will talk to you about the supplements that I use and give you the exact measurements, trying to make this all as simple as possible for you. If you've got any questions, pop them into comments about this. If you're sort of on the fence about it and you're not sure, just pop them into comments, and I'll just tell you what I do, and hopefully it will help you. So thanks very much for watching. I hope that all of your dogs are happy and healthy and well. And we'll all see you in the next video. Bye bye.